It's time to babble the fuck on. Live from the John Lovitz Podcast Theater, it's Hollywood Babble-On. With your hosts, Kevin Smith and Ralph Garman.
It is Friday night in Hollywood, so Saturday night in Hollywood.
All right, it's going to be one of those nights, is it?
And the weed is amazing. And so let's
Don't encourage him.
Let us babble the fuck on. I'm Kevin Smith.
My name is Ralph Garman.
How are you, folks?
Thanks for coming out.
Welcome to the John Lovitz Podcast Theater Comedy Club combo.
Merry fucking Christmas, too, by the way. We're right on the cusp. This is the holiday season. This is our official Christmas show because we're taking next week off. It's Christmas Eve.
Yes.
It's Saturday night. And then we come back.
Yes.
For New Year's Babble Eve, which is maybe my favorite show of the year. We had a good time last time.
Last year was really great. We do the same fucking show. It's just on New Year's Eve, but there's a chance you could get fucked.
Yes.
A better chance than normal because it's New Year's Eve. Everyone's really blotto and all the judgment is down.
Yeah.
And you look good to people that you wouldn't normally look good to.
There's a chance we might even get fucked by our wives.
No kidding,
night.
man.
Yeah.
That's why it's my favorite show of the year.
It is the regular show, but we also add stuff. We have a game we play where we give out prizes and we give away. Every year we crown a Mr. Penis and Miss Sandwich. Remember we did that last year?
We did. This will be the second consecutive year, so I don't know if you could say every year.
Sounds better if it's
It does. You're like, well, it's the Ralph and Kevin Winter Classic. Immortal and beloved for generations of one.
We're like Dick Clark and Ryan Seacrest. That's what
man. They're passing the torch to us.
And, so we're giving stuff out. It's a long show. We do like 2 hours. We do the countdown up till midnight. And we give shit away. And then we're going to have special guests. And it's a good time. So if you want to look for something to do for New Year's Eve, come on out and join us. And then later in January, on the 28th, right here on this very stage, I'm doing a little something called An Evening with Adam West. Where Adam and I will sit up here for a couple hours and go through his entire career. Everything from being a bit player with Warner Brothers when he was under contract, all the way through Batman up into Family Guy. So
you got to do it. You're going to interview him as him, though, correct?
Yes, I will be doing him to him all night long until he leaps from his chair and starts to throttle me because it gets so annoying. So tell me, old chum, how did you get cast as Batman? Stop talking like that. You stop talking like that. No, you. Stop it. You stop it.
And I'm on the crow's nest with like, I don't know which one to kill.
Kevin, it's me. Shoot him. We'll just do that whole bit. Yeah.
And then I'm like, which one? To both of you, how big is Liam Neeson's cock? And the one that answers is you. I kill Adam West and we all live happily ever after. Credits.
No, I don't, because I'd be sad if Adam was dead.
No, yeah. That'll be a great show. When is it?
January the 28th, Saturday night the 28th.
There it is.
Of the
Mark
new
your
year.
Babble-On calendars, man. December 31st, of course, is New Year's Babble Eve at 10 o'clock.
Yep.
Poker tournament before that if you want to play with me and Muse right here at 6 o'clock. And then the 27th of January, there you are.
28th.
28th of January.
This is Saturday, and that would be the 28th.
I'm
You're
always
still a day
late and $1 short.
You certainly are.
All right, that sounds awesome. You could put it up on on Babble-On, right? It'd be a podcast.
Yeah, I think we should. But we're going to charge a little something for it, I think.
Oh, really?
All of the proceeds are going to pay for the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame for Adam West.
Oh, beautiful.
That's one of the reasons we're doing, to raise more money.
Sweet.
We finally got him the star, and it's expensive, those stars.
How much?
I think it's $25K now.
They're like, we honor you for your wonderful body of work. Give us your money.
Yes. And we worked for years to get Adam West this star, and we didn't want the man to have to pay for it himself. It's kind of sad. So we took it upon ourselves, some people who've been involved in the movement trying to get him the star. We said, we're going to find ways to raise money to pay for it. And this Evening With is one of those ways. And I think if we charge $1 or something for the podcast, then we can pay for the whole thing. So.
You'd think he'd have some money, man, because he did have a butler all that time.
Turned out just a TV show.
Oh, is that what it was?
Just a TV show. Alfred was not a full-time.
He didn't live with his aunt?
He didn't live with Dick's aunt. It was Dick's aunt.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So that wasn't in the comics at all. Anne Harriet is a creation of the TV show.
Well, they needed to add a woman.
So that people weren't like, what are they doing? What are they doing behind that bookcase?
Two men in tights sliding up and down poles. Yeah. Gave some people pause. They said, I gotta insert a woman in there.
Some dude was like, Child Protective Services, what are they doing behind that bookcase?
Mr. Wayne, what are you doing with that young lad?
The old British guy was just like, no, they go up and down the poles and then they go into the cave. You're under arrest, old man.
No,
run, Batman, run!
The older one puts a cape and pixie boots on the younger one. And they go into this cave. I don't see them for hours. I have no idea what they do down there.
Did Robin drive or no?
Later in the series, he did.
He did, but in the beginning, not so much.
He didn't have his. He was too young.
He's like, you can't
Batman
drive.
did all the driving. You know what I'm saying?
He's like, don't drive, but go beat up those thugs.
Yes.
Take a bullet. Get eaten by a giant crab, but don't get behind the wheel.
That insane clown with the henchman, go take him on, but don't drive. It's dangerous.
These are the things you'll be asking him about.
I will. I'll be bringing this up.
Yeah, you're like, why was your shit so illogical? He's like, I thought we were doing a look back, a retrospective. A retrospective of fucking questions that have bugged me. Like, number one, were you fucking that boy?
No, I'm not going to ask that.
That is weird, though. They introduced Anne Harriet just for that reason.
Yeah.
It's so strange. People couldn't have just bought, like, nah, they're just friends.
But that guy wrote that book about comic books, that psychologist.
Yeah, Dr. Frederick Wortham, Seduction of the Innocent, it was called. A book about how all the comic books were basically homosexual innuendo, particularly Batman. And yeah. Worked on one guy.
So once they brought that up, they couldn't shake that stereotype. So 3 men living alone in a big house, they had to put a little estrogen.
Yeah, they're like, you know what's going to make it less gay? Let's throw in a 60-year-old woman.
Who, by the way, had like early onset Alzheimer's. She was the most clueless bitch on the planet, Anne Harriet. Bruce could have been fucking Dick right in front of her, and she never would have noticed.
Right. He's like putting on his cowl. He's like, I am Batman, you fucking idiot.
Oh my, Bruce, why are you wearing that hat? She never would have known.
Where are the boys off to, Alfred?
Another fishing trip? It was even weirder that, Aunt Harriet, I'm taking Dick fishing. We'll be gone for 7 days. I mean, it was just creepier that he would take him out of the wilderness than
We're
just stay in the house.
going to Brokeback Mountain.
Dick and I are going fishing for eels. All right, let's stop talking about gay Batman and Robin because it makes me uncomfortable. That's my boyhood hero you're talking about. Although the Catholic League of Decency...
Let's pitch that show, Gay Batman. They're like, do you own Batman? They're like, no, that's why it's called Gay Batman.
It's not the same thing at all.
It's just like Batman, except everything's gay.
Everything's way gay, yeah. The Catholic League of Decency did complain to ABC when the series was on, saying that Burt Ward's cock looked too big in his tights.
I felt the same way, but not because I'm like, that's indecent. I'm like, that's threatening.
Apparently Burt Ward's bulge was too big, and they asked him to do something about it.
What do you do in that instance? He's like, I tucked it into my ass. Turbines to speed, bitch.
I think they had an elaborate system of levers and pulleys down there, too. Somehow turn his Audi into an innie.
There's that. That's why they had to cut that one famous scene where fucking Robin was like, goodbye, horses. Because he had his dick tucked back.
How stoned are you?
Just enough to really enjoy the show. Welcome to Hollywood Babble-On, everybody.
All right. It's going to be a long show, people. Order up. Order up. Well,
I brought this mirror out. Some cats were looking at me funny. It says Smodcastle, but it's the perfect cocaine mirror. That's not what it's for.
I'm glad you brought that. Does anyone have any?
Throw your
I
bindles.
wish too, madam.
Bindles up, ladies and gentlemen. What I'll be doing is every time we do the show and Ralph shows clips or pictures, I'm always doing this shit. And then just when we were sitting up there, right before we came out, I was like, you know what would be great, man, for the new year? So we get a little monitor so we can also see what everyone else is seeing without looking up behind
Not
us.
showing off our bald spots? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, essentially, because every time I do this, I look at them, I'm like, who's that horrifying fat balding man up there?
Yeah.
So rather than do that, Ralph goes, well, if we had a mirror or something, and I remember this fucking mirror in the back, I quick ran to get it, and now look, when you run clips.
So you're going to just be holding that mirror, looking into it while we're watching clips?
Well, yeah, I'm not going to be chanting at it or anything. I know who the fairest of them all is. I don't need to ask this fucking thing. But this means I won't have to turn around. Less exercise, Ralph. Enjoy the show even more. But
Better living through chemistry, as always, Smith. Well done.
Very much.
We want to thank the people at Grate, by the way, for sponsoring tonight's show. They're very kind to us. This is our last spot for them for a little bit. We want to thank the Grate folks. Grate, by the way, is a great grill enhancement system, people. And it's not too late. If you're looking for something to buy the man in your life that likes to cook meat on fire, this is the thing. The Grate, you put it on top of your barbecue. It's 100% cast iron. It creates an even heating surface. You get like a restaurant-style grill on your barbecue.
Absolutely.
Your meat stays moist. It stays hot, evenly hot and moist. Gentlemen like Gay Batman is happy for the hot, moist meat.
This is the perfect gift. If you got one of those husbands like, hey, man, you want to make my meat moist? You could be like, here you go.
Here you go. It's a Grate. Knock yourself out.
And then he could be like, why the fuck didn't you take me seriously? He'd be like, I'll take you seriously when you stop coming on to me and asking for my fucking pussy with shit like, get my meat moist. So fuck you, take your Grate. Merry Christmas. Come on, kids. That's how shit happened in my
Christmas
house.
at your house.
The flashback to the Smith family Christmas. But this could be used for cooking, of course. But
yes,
more importantly,
that's what it's for, cooking.
I mean, the uncreative will use it for what it's made for. Those of us that want to know where the puck's going, Ralph, we can see that it's good for so many other things, like home security. Because pick up your drink. Listen to the might of Grate.
Yeah.
It's just made of fucking concrete, isn't it?
No, it's cast iron. It's 8 pounds of cast iron.
Same diff.
And you get a bunch of those, you put them on your grill, and you're cooking in style. And if you order now, if you go
Wait, this dude's got a question. I've never seen that before.
About the Grate?
Excellent, sir. Yes, do you have a question about the
Mr. Smith,
Grate?
I have a question about the Grate. Mr. Smith, it's a press conference all of a sudden.
Mr. Smith, what do you mean cook the meat?
Yes,
sure,
yes, you in the front row.
What an excellent question. Do you need a grill? Now, technically, yes. If you want to be fire safe and shit like that. But if you're creative, like me and Ralph, you could take a flower pot, fill it with gasoline, light it on fire, and put this right on top and cook the meat.
No, don't do that. Don't take a flower pot and fill it with gasoline.
Don't do it. Stay in your little fucking box. Don't ever do anything creative. Don't set the flower pot on fire to cook a steak, because that's crazy.
Only in the end times are you allowed to do that. If the big one hits or there's some sort of zombie outbreak, then you can do it. Those are the only circumstances. Otherwise, it's a recipe for death.
You're right. Don't do that if you got kids around. But
don't do it at all. Kids or no kids.
All right, fair enough.
Even adults, don't do it.
Fair enough. Don't do that.
Not helping my Grate spot at all, sir. You can go to smodcast.com/Hollywood Babble-On. There's a banner right there. You click on it, you get a special deal. It's like $19.99, and they'll throw in one of these free Grate grill brushes to clean your grill right there. And I don't mean grill in the wrapper sense, your teeth. I mean a grill like on your grill.
And Jesus, that would be painful. Those are steel brushes.
They are steel brushes. Yeah, it's made in America too. God damn it! Don't get me started.
And also to shout out to Grate, because people go on Twitter, how come they're fucking leaving? They don't like you guys? This is a American company, small operation and whatnot. They make a great product. They don't have a shit ton of money to advertise. They break off some for Hollywood Babble-On all the time. They like the show. And we've also been able to move some fucking units for them.
Someone just dropped one back there?
Somebody hit somebody with a Grate just to prove a point. But they are an awesome company, man, but they can't, some people are like, how come they don't just sponsor Hollywood Babble-On? They're like, we don't have the scratch. We'd like to. So, we try to not just do an ad for them and not just be like, hey, go buy Grates. We try to bring a little something to it, a secret sauce, extra special something, because we have so few people that actually advertise on our show.
We want to show what we can do.
Yeah.
So there's an opportunity to show off. So what we do every week is we do something called Grate Theater, where we take a situation and Kevin and I play it out. And because it's the holiday season, we thought we'd make them Christmas themed the past couple weeks. So tonight, we're going to do a Grate carol, where Ebenezer Smith is visited by the ghosts of Man Grate Past, Man Grate Present, and Man Grate Future. Please enjoy Man Grate Theater.
Ebenezer Smith, over here. Hello, I'm the ghost of Man Grate Past. All those Christmases you used to have when you were happy. Remember those? They were fun. Isn't fun the best thing to have?
Why, if it isn't my old partner, Jacob Marley, who happens to sound an awful lot like Arthur's Dudley Moore. How are you, good friend? Oh, Spirit, why have you come back from the dead?
To show you all the good times you had with the Man Grate. Before you became an old miser. Before you became all tough and stringy like a steak that's not cooked on a Man Grate.
Oh, great Spirit, what a stretch that was.
Thank you. Well, I've been drinking an awful lot.
Am I to be aware of 3 more spirits coming in?
No,
tonight?
just 2. I'm the first ghost.
Oh, fair enough.
Try to keep up.
Economy model. Short
That's right. I'm the
Fair.
ghost of Man Grate Past. And right behind me, because we have very limited time, is the ghost of Man Grate Present. Would you like to meet him?
I would. I don't feel like I learned a lesson from the ghost of
Yes,
Man
you
Grate.
did. You had a great time on the Man Grate back in the day before you stopped using it.
You're right, great Spirit. When I wake, I will do something better for mankind.
Yes, you will. Here's Man Grate Present. Hold a second.
Thank you.
Ebenezer Smith. All the years you've turned away my brothers. I am the ghost of Man Grate Present.
Oh, terrifying Spirit who can't quite spit a sentence out. What am I to learn about the Man Grate here in the present that I do not know?
Let me show you. I was slipping back into Arthur for a minute.
Hey, great Spirit, you're the same guy.
I'm a spirit. I go in and out.
You're the same fucking Spirit who's tapping his foot under the fucking toilet stall in that public restroom yesterday, man.
Look at all the people having fun with their Man Grates, Ebenezer.
Yes.
Look at what you're missing out, you goddamn dirty ape!
Well, you've certainly taught me, Spirit. I'm
I
going
hope
to change
so.
my ways.
Oh my God, I have to run now. One more ghost will visit you.
Will anything be scarier than that, man?
Listen here, you son of a bitch.
Oh, yes, it is.
I'm the ghost of Man Grate Future, okay?
Yes.
Pay fucking attention to
I'm
me
right
when I'm
here with
talking
you.
to you.
I'm here, sir. Sorry.
You see the Man Grate there?
Yes.
If you use it, you'll live a long time. If you don't use it, you're fucking dead. It's just that simple. A hive and hoy with the cooking. So use that and cook good things with it, like salmon or chicken or something, you know, so your heart will go, boom, I'm heart attacking late. So that's what I gotta say. Use your Man Grate and live, don't and die.
Great Spirit, you have terrified me into living right. How can I repay you?
Buy a fucking Man Grate.
I was going to offer you head, but that will work as well. Thank you, Great Spirit. Oh, I've just woken up. Hey, boy, go get me a goose. Shit's on. And credits.
There you go, Man Grate Theater.
Man Grate, ladies and gentlemen, show them some love. Go pick up a Man Grate grilling system. It's cheap. What is it?
Go get me a goose, shit's on? Is that what you said? That little boy in the street?
Isn't that, yeah,
That's inappropriate.
that's not how it ends?
No.
I swear I remember
Be a
that part.
changed man. All right, a lot of people come from all over the place to come here live at the John Lovitz Podcast Theater and see the show, and we'd like to thank them for showing up. They're celebrating special occasions with their loved ones. They're driving long distances. So we do a segment every week we call Shout-Outs.
It's a shout out with Kevin and Brown, so get your cock out. Yeah. Get your cock out.
Can't you just get the cock out and then put it back? Do you have to You have to teabag the cock. Do you have to do all that stuff you do?
Once it's out, you might as well fucking, make it strut, I guess.
No, it shouldn't be out in the first place.
Fair enough.
Shouldn't put gasoline in a flower pot, and you shouldn't pull your cock out.
I was just listening to the lyrics, man. That's what the lyrics say to do.
Brenda Arson. Brenda Arson, are you in the house? Where are you, Brenda? Are you celebrating a birthday today?
Brenda Arson's burning it down. She like that, man. I bet you heard that before, right?
With flower pots and all.
Flower
She's one of
pots.
those people.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Brenda. Thanks for coming and joining us. How about Darrell and Max? Are Darrell and Max here? He is the most
Party
here
of
of all
one.
you motherfuckers. He's the most here.
Nice.
It's Darrell. What did I say? Darrell? Sorry. Darrell.
Hello, Darrell. I am Kaveen. Welcome to the planet Houston.
Darrell's usually D-A-R-R-Y-L. That's how I know Darrell.
That works.
It
That
looks like
looks like-
Darrell. Like Terrell Owens, you know?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Terrell. Darrell, motherfucker.
Could have been like Daryl McDaniels.
Could have been a brother. I don't know. Darrell and Max. Darrell writes, big fan, heard every HBO show and love them all. Could I get a shout out for my birthday, please? I'm bringing my husband, Darrell, all the way from West Hollywood. This is Darrell and Max, by the way. Keep that in mind.
Oh, it's dudes.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get to in a subtle way.
Well done.
We're very pro-gay marriage here on the Hollywood Babble-On. So
Yeah,
it's nice to
man.
have
Didn't you hear the song? Get your cock out. We're all
Yeah.
for it. Which one's Daryl? Darrell. Are you Darrell?
Darrell. It's Darrell and Max.
And you're Max? How long you guys been married?
10 years.
Wow.
10 years?
That is great.
Unbelievable. 10 years of gay marriage, like 50 years in straight years,
Yeah,
man.
really.
You guys are doing well. Congratulations.
Yeah. He is an HBO virgin, Max writes, except he has heard and loves the Liam Neeson cock jokes. Well, that goes to follow, I would think.
Yeah. What a shock.
On that subject, I'm the guy who, at your first Vegas show, shouted out, how big is it, with the Liam cock jokes.
You might have been the guy that began it then, man. You were.
You were the
He's
one.
like, I was. Fair enough.
Glad to see you and Kevin continue the tradition that I started. Yeah, we can't stop it. We try.
Yeah. We don't encourage it. It just happens.
People won't stop it.
Well done.
P.S. When Kevin makes his giving head nom 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 sound effect, it gives me a chubby. Woof. Well, up here. Well done, sir.
All I'm saying is I got options.
That's right. Thanks again, Max. Happy birthday, Max. Thanks for coming.
Happy
out.
birthday. Welcome. Feel free to be gay in our midst. We might just all stare and be like, so that's how it's done. That's not so off-putting. I'd like some of that myself.
Into the Bears. There we go.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Take it.
How about Mike Hall and Danielle? Are Mike and Danielle here? Where are you? Oh, wait.
That was really weak compared to the gay dudes.
Yeah. Gays are representing.
We're ashamed of being straight.
Mike writes, my girlfriend Danielle and I have tickets to tonight's Hollywood Babble-On. We come from Edinburgh, Scotland.
Diplomatic immunity.
That is South Africa.
Same diff.
It's not the same difference. It's a very different place.
No, hey, look out for Mel Gibson and Danny Glover,
No, it has nothing to do with them.
Yeah, fucking, they fuck you at the drive-thru,
No,
man.
that's Joe Pesci. He's not Scotland. Nothing you've said so far has anything to do with Scotland.
It's a great movie, is all I'm saying.
I don't care. So was Braveheart. Couldn't you go in there?
Has nothing to do with this.
Danielle's a native of Sonoma, North California.
Oh, right on, man.
So we're both-
Welcome back. Welcome back.
We're both big fans of the show. You and Kevin are big inspiration for our movie.
Welcome back.
Oh, I got it. Welcome back, Cutter. I got it.
I thought you'd jump in.
No, I won't. You're a big inspiration for our own movie-related podcast, an internet radio show called Open Till Midnight. You can go to opentillmidnight.co.uk if you want to check that out. We're visiting Danielle's parents in Sonoma for Christmas. It'll be my first Christmas away from home. Aww. You'll be happy to know that come Christmas Day, her father will be the owner of a brand new man grate, he says.
Hey, well done, man.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. You're a good man. Hoot, man, hoot. That's what they say in Scotland.
He's missing his first UK Christmas, is that right? Where are you?
Way in the back in the corner there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do they know it's Christmas after all?
Oh, fuck me.
But say a prayer. No. Now, you were supposed to jump in again, dude. Keep leaving me alone on the songs. I feel bad.
You should. Trying to give you negative reinforcement. It's not working, though.
Fair enough. Every time you sing Edelweiss, I'm right there with backup.
I know. I appreciate that.
It's my move, my dance move.
You one of the Temptations?
Yeah.
Angelo and Janie. Angelo and Janie, you guys in the house? There you are. It's a pre-celebration for our 5-year anniversary on Tuesday. They right?
I've never seen that before, man.
Their anniversary.
That's just like so wonderfully obvious. That's one of those jokes where you're like, why didn't I ever think of that? I should have written anniversary in some fucking movie. That should have been in Mallrats.
Yeah.
I'm really disappointed in
It's not too late. Go back like Lucas. Just loop it in.
No! Anniversary! And an Ewok comes in and blinks.
Never over, man. It's never over.
Good for him. He keeps it going, man.
We're driving down from our little town of Templeton, California to pop our live HBO cherries. Templeton. Where's Templeton? What happened? West of Bakersfield. All right.
What'd you say first? West Bago?
West of Baco?
Baco? They call it Baco up there? Bakersfield's called Baco? That's cute. It is. I've driven through Bakersfield. That's a better name than Bakersfield, man.
Because it makes you think of Baco Bits, which are yummy.
Yeah, totally.
Bakersfield, not so yummy. Unless you like meth, and then it's very yummy. It's yummy for days if you like the meth.
The Baco, I like that.
That's a long drive. Thanks for coming so far.
Yeah,
we
man.
appreciate it. Very happy and proud to have a woman that can laugh with me at balloon knot jokes and at the fact that Chelsea Handler is a talentless cunt. What better place to spend our anniversary weekend than here? Speaking of Chelsea Handler, I guess she's the inspiration for my request. Can I get the McDonald's Fry Girl to wish us a happy anniversary? Well, I'd be happy to, since you drove all your way. Happy anniversary! Would you like a parfait to celebrate? They come in various flavors. You like pumpkin and beef and mango parfait and Skittles.
Sarah, leave those nice customers alone.
No, it's their anniversary. I want something special for them, like shamrock shake or hot apple pie, because caution, any contents are hot. You get burned. That's true. You butt into that shit, you will get burned. Hello, my name is Justin Porzio, writes Justin Porzio. Justin Porzio, you in the house? Oh, the man with the question about the man grate.
Right on, man. You revealed yourself later on. Interesting.
Secret identity.
Yeah.
My buddy Kenny hit me up yesterday asking me if I wanted to mob out to see the live podcast. Mob out, yo.
What does that mean?
I have
never
no
heard
idea.
that.
Is that
Explain that expression.
Mob out. Get away
It just
from
means to go out, right?
Get away from the desk, smoke some pot, and go out. That's what it means.
I usually tend to go right to the desk, smoke weed, and stay in.
Stay in.
Yeah, right at the desk. Mob out. I've never heard that expression. I'm going to take that into my fucking work.
Justin adds, I'm working on a couple-page tribute to Blunt Man and Chronic. It's a comic book tribute, he writes.
on,
And he
man.
sent us a little sample of it. This is the cover page, I think. Get your mirror ready,
I'm
Kevin.
ready, man. I'm ready with my technology.
Look at that. The Amazing Blunt Man. He did a la Spider-Man, and he did a cover for a little comic book tribute to you. See, you got to turn around, don't you? I knew you would. You're way too stoned to look into a mirror and try to figure out what the fuck's going on backwards. Oh, this shit's all backwards. I can't fucking understand it. Why am I doing my Carlin chunk?
I did get a little scared.
Yes, I knew you would.
Because I thought I saw Bloody Mary. But...
Candyman.
Don't do that, Ralph.
All right. Beetlejuice.
Oh, don't do that, Ralph.
I write in the hopes of being able to hand off some art to Mr. Kevin Smith, hopefully. with the beginning of the show with all the letters and whatnot. I've always admired everything he's done. Always wonderful work. I can't write enough positive shit to say without sounding gay.
Oh my God, this is great, dude.
That's pretty sharp.
That is a really nice cover. I like your style.
Justin, thanks for coming out, and thanks on behalf of Kevin for the gift.
Yeah, thanks.
You're very welcome.
Thanks, man. Mob out, brother.
Mob out. We're going to use that. That'll make it sound cool.
Like you read about it. Sounds good. Can't wait to go home, wake my kid up. She's 12. Be like, hey, tomorrow we're going to mob the fuck out.
Dad!
She's just like, ah!
You're still not cool.
No, man, I'm young.
Amber Shaw. Amber, you in the hizzy? Are you mobbing out in the hizzy, Amber? Is this working at all? Can I pull this off?
No.
Hizzy and mobbing out? No. Amber writes, recently moved out to Los Angeles, greatly inspired by the idea of making my own work with a group of like-minded friends like the great Kevin Smith. Until that takes off, I am working some crappy jobs to barely make ends meet, and it can be a little crushing to the spirit.
Oh, I hear you.
When's the last time you had a menial job?
Cop out.
Touche. I stand corrected.
Thank you.
Every week, when I can listen to Babble-On on my way to and from my crappy jobs, it makes the world so much better. Well, thank you, Amber. We appreciate that. Tonight, I'm here to celebrate my birthday. Seeing you guys was the only thing I wanted to do for my big day. Well, that and wild sex. But paying to see you guys was more statistically probable option, she writes. I don't know. You're very attractive. I'm sure there's plenty of guys here who'll bone you in the parking lot. So, happy birthday, Amber. We want to wish you a happy birthday. Thanks for spending it with us. We appreciate it.
Who wants to fuck Amber?
She's taking numbers.
Don't fall in love. She'll break your heart.
Now serving 14. 14. Who's got 14?
She'll take your cum and break your heart. That's what my mother said to me about my wife.
Your mom never said she'll take your cum and break your heart.
You're right. She never told me she'd break my heart.
That's right. Ralph and Kevin, my name's Gaz. Is Gaz in the house? Hey, Gaz.
What's up, guys?
Coming to you from Nottingham, England. God bless you, Gaz. Coming only from Nottingham. That's where Robin Hood was, you know.
No, that's where the sheriff was. Robin Hood was in Sherwood Forest. The sheriff was in Nottingham. The sheriff, Ralph, I know this because the sheriff was a wolf and Robin Hood was a fox.
That's the Disney version. I think you're missing out. Friar Tuck here has all the answers, apparently. I've got good friends in Nottingham, by the way. You familiar with the Vale of Beaver? No. You're not? It's right there in fucking Nottingham. You're a liar. Security! Nottingham, England. My pal Nick and I, who isn't here, by the way, so fuck him, Gaz adds, are completing a 3-month tour of the U.S., which started in New Jersey, where we bought comics from The Stash.
Right on, man.
And Devil Dogs from the Quick Stop.
Yeah.
Through 31 other states until we wound up here in California. That sounds fucking exhausting.
Yeah, man, that's a lot. You know, you go straight across a lot quicker.
You can do it in like 4 states. You don't have to go to 31. It was a great 3 months, and America has simultaneously baffled us and welcomed us with open arms. We're going home for Christmas. And I would consider it a personal favor and Christmas gift if Kevin would tell anyone who was offered the chance to be here with us but didn't take it that they are bell ends. And he gives us a little definition here. A bell end is the purple mushroom part of your cock, my favorite insult ever, he adds.
That's what bell end is?
Yeah.
Is the dickhead?
Could you say it to them in your snarky, naysaying voice of the internet?
Oh, from this morning show?
Yeah.
What is it, bell end?
Tell his friends who had a chance to be here but didn't take it that they are all bell ends.
Anybody who didn't come to the show with me tonight are the fucking bell end.
There you go. Merry Christmas, Gaz.
Merry Christmas. Welcome to America. Diplomatic immunity for all.
No, he's leaving, first of all. Don't welcome him.
Fair enough.
It's get your foreign ass out of our country.
Yeah.
And that's South Africa. It has nothing to do with
That's
England.
right. Free South Africa, you dumb son of a bitch.
How about Charlene Bronsel Long? Charlene Bronsel. Wow, look at those tits. I'm just saying.
I think you did. And
Look at them. Look at them. They're right there. She's not
dark.
hiding them. And they're real.
And they're spectacular.
They're real big is what they are. I'm coming to my first taping with my husband, Cameron. Oh, shit. Cameron, buddy. I'm with you. Well done, sir. On you.
As a glass comes sailing from the second floor.
Yeah, really. And with my great friend, Christina. Oh, Cameron. Get the girlfriend juiced up, you know what I'm saying? Anything could happen.
I thought you were having her pitch to you or something. You're like... Yeah. Bring it in low and fast, Cameron.
Been a fan of the show ever since the beginning. God bless you. The show has me laughing out loud while stuck on the 405. Thank you for that. Charlene, by the way, sent me a picture along with her shout-out. If you want to get your shout-out read here, and we do get a ton of them. I'm sorry I can't get to all of them. We get to as many as we can. But Charlene, she absolutely made sure that I was going to read hers because Charlene sent me a picture of her brown eye. That's how she made sure.
Fuck out of here, really?
That I was going to read.
I might turn around for this one.
Would you like to see Charlene's brown eye since she was kind enough to send it? Here's a picture of Charlene, and that's her brown eye right there.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I thought we'd finally arrived at the place where we just show porn.
Nope. And she's got that Garmy Strong t-shirt on that she's wearing tonight, by the way.
Right on, man. Welcome, and thanks for tricking me.
Cynthia and Angie in the house? Oh,
well done, man. With authority.
Angie and I, says Cynthia. This is Cynthia's 7th time coming live to the show, by the way.
Right on, man. Welcome back.
This is like the Rocky Horror Picture Show all of a sudden for some people. It's tragic is what it is. It's tragic.
They're like, we come every week waiting for you to be funny and him to be thinner.
Hope springs eternal. It'll be Angie's first time, but we'd like nothing better than watch you talk about cock, shit, cunts, and more. Well, we guarantee you all that.
Yeah,
absolutely. Cynthia has a mad crush on Kevin.
Hi. See, dude, I got on both floors. Dudes down here, chicks up there. I just blindfolded, take my wiener out. Whatever happens, happens.
I'm just curious what happens on the 3rd floor. Is it like goats and sheep up there? What's the next level for you?
I'm like, can I take my blindfold off now? You want to keep it on now, especially.
Jersey Girl was bad.
I'm like, I'm not fucking any sheep that didn't like my movie. Bring me one of them sheep that liked my movie.
The girls add that when they're drunk enough, they start biting each other. So, folks, let us know if it happens up there, will you? If they get drunk enough, we'd love to see them. Wait, what? You have battle wounds to show us? We'll save that for the dressing room after the show, ladies, if you don't mind. We hope to come back for the New Year's Eve show. Well, we hope to have you. And we will be reinstalling the Hollywood Babble-On drinking game for the New Year's Eve show. But we haven't done that in a while, but we will be. We'll be handing that out. I think this is the last shout-out for the evening. Ryan P. Ryan, are you in the house?
Hey, man.
Ryan writes, a huge fan of the show. My friend Angel and I are here tonight. Some months ago, Angel moved to Hawaii, and it was unclear whether we'd ever be able to come see you guys again. This is the 2nd time coming. Well, a few months later, Angel...
Doing his Casey Kasem, man.
Some months ago, Angel moved to Hawaii, and it was unclear whether we'd ever be able to come see you guys again. Well, after a few months, Angel has come crawling back. Tail twixt legs, and the old gang is reunited. I was wondering if you could help me with a welcome back present by having David Bowie explain through song how horrible Hawaii is. I badly want to see Kevin's Bowie dance. Thanks for everything, guys. Babble the fuck on, Ryan P. Well, Ryan, here's your long-distance dedication. David Bowie with I Hate Hawaii.
I really hate Hawaii. I really hate Hawaii. Hawaii's full of pineapples and some shit that they call poi. I really hate Hawaii. Everything is very expensive. They eat a lot of spam there in that place fucking Hawaii. I really hate Hawaii. Big fat Polynesians. I really hate Hawaii.
I came, dude. I got none left.
Oh, man.
Still got that crush on me?
All right. Emails from around the world, James.
Ain't no drag.
Garvin's got an email bag.
Featuring Kevin's reactions.
This email starts last week. You read my email about getting some personal time with my wife's rusty wagon wheel. This comes from Chris Maynard from Seattle. You weren't here last week.
Yeah.
But he wrote an extensive email talking about how he was able to have sex with his wife in her butt thanks to our podcast.
What is the expression rusty wagon wheel refer to?
There's many spokes on a wagon wheel,
All right, fair enough.
and it's rust in
You're
color.
right. Yeah, you're fair
He
enough.
also referred to her sphincter, by the way, as the old cinnamon ring, the old dirt spider, and the tarnished sheriff's badge.
I'm going to start using that one. That takes too long to say, man. You're in the middle of a height of passion and shit. You're like, I want to put it in your dirty sheriff's badge. You know.
Worked in the Old West. Oh, Chris writes, well, it turns out she listened to the podcast, and I got in pretty big trouble for bragging about anal sex with an audience and the internet. I went home to my home office to do some work this morning and found a note taped to my monitor that said, thanks for telling the world about my asshole, you asshole. Now she hasn't talked to me for almost a day, and I guess what I'm writing to say is thanks, because I got an entire 24 hours of freedom from my wife. Chris Maynard from Seattle. Here's the thing, Chris. She's going to hear this fucking podcast too, douchebag. Then we're
That's
going
one
to
more
get
week
an email
of
next
freedom.
week.
Yeah.
My wife left me with our kids and her cinnamon ring and her tarnished sheriff's badge.
And it's all your fault, not the fact that I referred to her asshole as all those things.
That's right. This email's from Montreal, Canada. A young lady named Spack writes, I'm 25 years old and I suffer from a disease called lupus.
Do it as a French Canadian.
I don't want to because this is a very touching email and I wanted to give her a nice shout out.
You could still be touching in French Canadian. They do it all the time. What do you think? They don't say I love you in French
But it's
Canadian?
going to sound like a gag, and she has a very heartfelt email here about her time in the hospital and how we help her spend her while away her hours while she's going through treatment because she's going through a tough time with
You
lupus.
can't do a French Canadian? Is that
I
what you
can do it. It's just it seems out of place.
Try the first line before it gets sad.
The first line is fucking sad.
Well, right before she says the disease. And instead of saying the disease, say candy.
Say candy. Fuck. We're like an hour in. We're not through the emails yet.
All right, never mind. Don't read it in character.
I'm a 25-year-old woman from Montreal, Canada. I suffer from a disease called candy. As
Oh,
a
that poor
result-
thing. Tasty, but poor.
As a result of this disease, I have been in and out of hospital for the past 2 weeks. And there's a chance I'll end up there over the holidays as well. See?
I know, but you make me want to pull for her like she's in Slapshot or something with that accent. So drop it, just do it.
Quebec hospitals are a pretty miserable place to spend any amount of time. And you guys have been helping my recovery by helping me laugh. I've been listening to HBO while tripping out on morphine, which improves one view of just about everything. Anyway, she mentions that her boyfriend of 6 years, John, has been her pillar of strength through all of this, and
Nice
she wanted
guy.
to give him a shout out and thank us for the laughs while she's going through her treatment for lupus. That's back in Montreal. So I just wanted to give her a shout out because
Well done, Spack.
that makes you feel good about doing this.
It does.
When somebody's going through that and you can give them a little bit of a laugh.
As
So
we
I
say
appreciate
to
it.
all people from her country, diplomatic immunity.
That's not Canada.
Same diff.
Poor woman who has candy, and now I've made fun of her. I feel horrible now. Candy. And we got a lot of emails. David Selig writes from Austin, Texas. I was just wondering where I could find an MP3 of that creepy clown music you sing to Kevin that makes him freak out so much. I want to make it a ringtone. I'd appreciate it if you could help me out. I've searched endlessly with no avail, and I finally decided to ask you. Thanks in advance, David Selig. David, in case I didn't know what song he was writing about, he literally wrote on the page, doot 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 do. Well, Dave, it's called Entry of the Gladiators is that song. It's a classic old circus song, and what you want to do is you want to get it on Calliope. That's when it's at its creepiest. I think they used it as Pennywise's theme in It, the movie, when Tim Curry came out as the clown from the Stephen King novel. This is what it sounds like on Calliope. This is the song here.
Don't. You know what? You look at it.
Ah, it's terrifying.
I told you.
So, yeah, you can find that almost everywhere.
Isn't it weird that that song's called Entry of the Gladiators? Because like, and they're like, what's it called, man? I'm like, Entry of the Gladiators.
Yeah. Worst gladiators ever. They all have big shoes on, big thongs,
Floppy
you know,
and whatnot.
floppy shields and swords. They're not gladiators. And lastly, Chris Downey from Scotland, Edinburgh, Scotland. Speaking of which, we've got some of his people here tonight.
Diplomatic immunity.
He is filming... He's been talking about this for some time. They are filming a fan film about us. We talked about this.
Yes.
They're actually filming a movie based on Hollywood Babble-On, and they've cast actors to play Kevin and myself. I have no idea what the plot for the film could be, because it sounds like a boring fucking movie. Two guys standing with microphones talking, but apparently they've got a plan for it.
Right.
And he wanted to send some photos of the actors in costume playing us so we could see what they look like, see if they're our approval or not. So first up is the guy playing me. They've recreated the Red State poster of Caleb. That guy's supposed to be me.
Not bad.
Not bad. And this guy is you. This is the guy playing you.
That's pretty good, man.
Mark Frost as Kevin Smith, and Jack Fox apparently is playing me.
I fucking aspire to be that thin.
So principal photography begins this week.
Right on, man.
They should have a final edit ready by January, they say. That's like 2 weeks away.
All I'm saying, for about 500 more, they could have had the real guys.
I know. We'd go there in a heartbeat.
Oh, to play me in a movie?
Oh, yeah.
I've been studying to play that role my whole life.
Every week we take a look at shit that ends up in movies that just shouldn't be there. It's called Shit That Should Not Be.
And now for shit we should not see. Here's some shit that should not be.
This week's going to hurt my man Kevin, but we got to do it. I got a lot of suggestions for this one. It's from Empire Strikes Back, the second Star Wars movie.
Why would that hurt me? I didn't make it.
But you love the Star Wars franchise.
Yeah, but I'm not like, it's indefensible or it's stuff. You can't attack Star Wars.
This
I'll
one,
be the first guy to make fun of it.
This one's not a foul up in the terms of like a blooper or a gap that slipped through. This is just a glaring fuck up in the logic of the script, which I think is pretty funny. It happens on Hoth, the snow planet of Hoth.
Yes.
When they're taking on the AT-ATs, those big walkers, the snow walkers.
Yeah.
There's a scene where Luke Skywalker's talking to the other rebel pilots, telling them about these giant creatures that they're battling. And then 40 seconds later, the movie just contradicts everything fucking Luke Skywalker says. Proves Luke Skywalker's a fucking liar. That's what it does. So I brought you the clip in tonight. I want to show it to you. This is some shit that should not be from Empire Strikes Back. Please enjoy.
That armor's too strong for blasters.
The armor's too strong for blasters. Keep that in mind, because 30 seconds later... Don't use the blasters. No, the armor's too strong for blasters. Except it blows the fuck out of the AT-ATs.
Yeah. Never thought about
Luke
that.
Skywalker's a fucking liar.
I saw that movie when I was 9, and I guess the logic was, once they fall, then you can hit them.
I see. When they're on their knees, that's when they blow.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Thank you so much. Once again, your timing's impeccable. Every week, we've got to say goodbye to some nice folks who were in show business, and now they're no longer with us. This is a particularly rough week. Rough week for comic book fans. Last week, we had Jerry Robinson, who created the Joker and Robin. He passed away. That was
Huge bucket of wind. He will be missed.
We got another one this week as we take a look at our Tinseltown Stiffs.
And now another edition of Tinseltown Stiffs. They will be missed.
They will be missed. Bill Tapia passed away this week. Oh, I heard an audible gasp in the crowd. Yes, Bill Tapia was the greatest living ukulele player. Let me try that again.
I was gonna.
Greatest living ukulele player.
Right. I thought you meant he prayed with his
No,
ukulele
he did
all
not.
the time.
He was in the Ukulele Hall of Fame.
The uke?
Yep. He was known as the Duke of Uke.
Was he?
He was. Awesome. He passed away at the age of 103 this week.
Oh, that's a huge bucket of wind.
Here's the story about Bill. He played when he was 8 years old, born in Hawaii. He played as a street musician. He used to make money for his family on the street with his ukulele at 8. In the 20s and 30s, became a virtuoso ukulele player. After World War II, he stopped playing completely. Just started playing jazz guitar, played with a lot of the greats, Count Basie, all those people. Then at 97, he picked up the ukulele again and became known worldwide as the world's greatest ukulele player.
And he held that title for what, essentially 6 years?
6 years. Yes. Well, still, it's impressive. He had 3 albums, one of which was a birthday party, his 100th birthday concert where he played.
That's awesome, man.
Here's a little taste of Bill Tapia playing his virtuoso ukulele.
I want to go back to my little grass shack in Calico, Hawaii. I want to be with the colors and waves that I no longer go.
That is the worst.
He's 100!
I mean, not him. It's just the ukulele sounds so, like, fake and kid-like. I don't know.
Ukulele rocks.
You like the ukulele?
I love the ukulele.
Why? Because it's easy to break?
No, because it's like a Polynesian banjo.
Okay.
I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, where are you going with it?
So, 103 years he passed away.
He will be missed. Well, a big bucket of win. 103. If you make it to 100 and you're the king of anything other than fucking
He was the Duke of Uke. He wasn't the king of anything. He was the Duke of Uke.
Fair enough.
He was a duke.
But he was royalty.
He was royalty, yes. Also this week we say goodbye to Bert Schneider. Anybody who's a movie fan of stuff came out of the 70s with the new Hollywood, it was called. Peter Fonda and Dennis Hopper and all those guys. Schneider was half of the producing team along with Bob Rafelson, who did 5 Easy Pieces, Easy Rider, The Last Picture Show. Just a real mover and shaker in Hollywood. Also, he also created the Monkees along with Bob Rafelson. Yeah, that's where those guys first got their start.
Wonder where they got that idea.
The Monkees? From the Beatles.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ripped out the Beatles and made a monster group, TV show, and big record sellers.
The first prefabbed band.
Exactly. And he passed away at the age of 78 this week. And
He will be missed.
He will be missed. Big bucket of win. And Joe Simon, co-creator of Captain America, died this week at 98 years old today.
Bummer.
Joe Simon, of course, legendarily partnered up with Jack Kirby. And those two guys created some of, not just Captain America, but some of the greatest superheroes we still read about today.
Yes.
They did their work in the 40s primarily when they created a lot of characters, including Captain America. And I didn't know this, but they came up with Captain America in December 1940, a full year before we were even involved in World War II.
Wow.
Did you know that?
No, that's, yeah.
America
No,
was
I
still
didn't know
sort
that.
of staying out of things at the time, but they thought it was important enough to show Cap taking on Hitler in the very first issue. This is the very first appearance of Captain America. There he is punching Hitler right in the jaw. Right on the jaw, that fucking Hitler.
And that's even before we got in the war.
That's
So they're saying a year out, they were like, this guy's no good.
Yeah, we're going to draw a guy carrying a flimsy-looking shield to punch him in the face. And then look what happened. Then all of a sudden, the president said, all right, I'm in. If that guy's going to fight him, I'm going to do it too.
Yeah, man, totally. The president's like, I like the guy in the colorful suit. Let's be like him.
So 98 years old, he passed away this week. But to see his creation go from that to now, you know, the movie and now the Avengers coming out, one of the biggest.
Was he involved in one of those long lawsuits, I think, with Marvel?
I think he was, yeah. He had to get some cash out of him.
Because
nobody wants to pay anything for anybody, really.
Isn't that really weird? Especially when they're old. Like, I swear, if I was in charge of a comic book company where some dude worked fucking eons back, created one of these major characters we're making billions off of, break the dude a check, man. He's old. He's not going to eat much. You know what I'm saying? Like,
probably got a tube.
Yeah. I would be like, look, we're going to give you fucking like 10 million, but when you die, if there's any left, you got to give it back.
Sounds fair.
That's fair enough, right?
Siegel and Schuster did that with Superman. They fought for a long time.
A long
to get a
time, yeah. And they finally got like publicly, the company, Warner Bros., I think, and DC were kind of publicly shamed into cutting them some checks.
Yeah. Joe Simon passed away at 98 this week. Apparently, he died from candy. He had a severe case of candy. Yeah. Oh,
Such a bummer when people go from candy.
that's a rough disease.
Wow, big bucket of win. Legend created a character that will live forever, way longer than him apparently.
Yes.
But a lot longer.
Way
than
to rub it
everyone
in.
here this
Nice
room.
work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Sorry.
Yeah.
Big bucket of win, Joe Simon.
Every week we take a look at acting at its finest. These are some of our best actors who maybe had an off day on the set, and yet their work ended up being in the final product. It's called exquisite acting.
To be or not to be? That is the question.
Welcome to the world of exquisite acting with Ralph Garman and Kevin Smith.
Pierce Brosnan,
your little one-cheek sneakers.
Ryan O'Neal, Nick Cage, James Brolin, Willem Dafoe, Tom Hanks have always all been featured on this segment. This week, and you could do a whole series on my man Al Pacino. You
Yeah.
could really. He's one of our great actors, but he can be a little out of control if left to his own devices.
The way to be great is by going out there on the limb, and sometimes it works where you're like, "Oh my God, what balls to do that!" And sometimes it doesn't quite connect the way.
Sometimes the limb breaks when you're out there.
Yeah, it's very true.
This is from the legendary movie Heat that teamed up Pacino and De Niro.
Love it, awesome. Film.
Michael Mann film. Here's Pacino. I think sometimes directors let him play a little bit. This seems like one of those moments where he's talking to Hank Azaria about this woman that got Hank into some trouble, and Al tells him, well, why he succumbed to her.
I want to get mixed up with that bitch.
Because she got a great ass. And you got your head all the way up it. Jesus. Ferocious, aren't I? When I think of asses, woman's ass, something comes out of me.
Something comes out of him, all right. A lot of acting. Great ass. You see he's going to say big there for a moment and changes his mind.
He forgets.
Yeah. That's exquisite acting for this week. And we also weekly like to take a look at showbiz celebrities who go out of their way to be nice to other people. So many celebrities are selfish, self-centered people. What happened?
He said pricks.
Pricks. They're pricks is what they are.
Yeah.
So when they do something non-prick, we like to feature it in a segment we call Hollywood Helper.
Ooh-ah, ooh-ah. More margaritas. Ooh-ah, ooh-ah.
Hollywood Helper. Hollywood Helper.
Ooh-ah, ooh-ah.
Hollywood Helper.
Come on now.
Hollywood Helper.
Speaking of Al, I think he was a lot of control in that segment, too.
Yeah, right.
This week's Hollywood Helper is Keanu Reeves. I don't know why, but this clip... Don't boo Keanu.
Boo? Whoa.
Sure he sucks. Of course he sucks, but he's a nice guy. That's the point of this segment. I don't know why this video clip hit the internet so hard this week, but everyone's been talking about it. It is Keanu riding the subway in New York City this past summer.
Okay.
Someone was surreptitiously filming him, which is creepy in its own right. But what Keanu does makes him this week's Hollywood Helper. So let's take a look at the footage, shall we? Grab your mirror, Kevin.
Thank you.
All right. Here's Keanu on the subway, minding his own business. Whoa, this subway sure is crowded. Sure glad I have a seat, he's thinking to himself. And you see a young woman cross over, sit right here. Look, Keanu gets up and lets that woman sit down in his seat. Gives up his seat to a lady. And there he is. There's Keanu riding the pole. Ah, I see you're standing. Yet I have a seat. Why don't I give you my seat, and then I will be standing? Whoa.
He's standing there after he gets up, riding the subway, going, "Should have taken the red pill. I'd still be sitting."
I am Neo, and my feet are sore.
Can I add to that's a Hollywood Helper. Can I add to the list?
Sure.
I'd like to add an addition, a new segment called Hollywood Helpless.
Oh, my goodness.
And you know how Hollywood Helper is if you need a helping ham. Hollywood Helper would be like Hollywood Helper if you're as helpless as a lamb.
Oh, that's good.
So it's for celebrities that can't get anything fucking done. Or quasi-celebrities in this case. I nominate Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith was supposed to go to a screening last night at the New Beverly of Buckaroo Banzai for a screening series that Edgar Wright was having there. and I went to pick up my kid in Santa Monica, and I caught a fucking flat. So I couldn't get to the fucking place. And, you know, it was already kind of a nightmare situation because I'm going to get her. She's at somebody's fucking house. She's now going to be there longer than she's supposed to be there.
Right.
I'm supposed to be doing this thing where we sit back and watch Buckaroo Banzai, talk to the crowd and shit. So while I'm waiting for, you know, fucking help to arrive and shit, because I can't change
You can't change a tire?
Hollywood helpless.
Oh, Kevin Smith.
As I'm sitting there waiting, I'm just seeing a bunch of people on Twitter going like, "You're a fucking asshole for not showing up. Why don't you take a cab here?" And I'm just like, my kid, dude, I can't, but oh boy, they were so fucking mad. So this is me going, I'm sorry to all the cats who were there, sorry to Edgar and stuff. So, you know, sometimes you catch a flat, shit happens.
You dick.
I know. But
No,
if I was a
wasn't your
man,
fault, obviously.
but if I was a man, I could have changed a tire and been there.
You know,
fucking responsibly.
it's like, I don't know, 5 or 6 lug nuts, really. That's all
Yeah,
you gotta do.
yeah.
You just take those off. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, right? You got that down. You take those off. You take the tire off. You put your spare on. Again, righty-tighty. Boom, you're back on the road.
Okay, by the time you got to step 2, I was ready to cry. It sounded so complex and
It's not
overwhelming.
complex. It's very simple.
No.
Well,
Could you?
she can show you.
Yes, thank you,
This
ma'am.
young lady knows how to change a tire, Kevin.
Fair enough.
This
Well,
young lady.
It's not the fucking 70s where it's just like, a girl knows shit about cars? Like, it's fucking 20. Of course she knows how to change
I know
a tire.
where it's, a dude can't change a tire?
Can't do it, man. Can't do it.
He said, I can do it and I'm gay, he said. So now we got a woman and a gay guy can change a tire.
I have no upper body strength. I don't know what to tell you. Can't do a pull-up, can't do a push-up, can't change a tire.
Hey, you're not Bill Bixby. We're not asking you to lift the fucking car. You just have to put the jack under it, crank it a few times, and change the tire.
Fair enough.
No one wants you to carry your kid and the car back to your house.
So-
Upper body strength.
So glad
You're sad Hulk.
So glad
You're
I
out there in the rain.
nominated myself for Hollywood.
Bust your
Helpless.
knuckles changing the tire.
You're right. Ralph, don't make me angry.
Why
you
not?
wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
All right.
Now you don't play the Hulk music, motherfucker? Thank
There
you.
we go. All that talk about the Hollywood Helpless made me realize I forgot to play the Hollywood Helper theme, didn't I?
All right.
Didn't I? Did I
No,
forget
we
to play
did.
it?
Hollywood Helper. Ooh,
Oh, yeah, right, okay.
It was the disco version.
Yeah, the ham version, the old version.
The
right?
old one,
That's right.
yeah,
Okay, all right. I'm just keeping track because I keep forgetting now shit, which makes me think it's either early onset Alzheimer's or I drink way too fucking much. And I prefer to think it's Alzheimer's so I don't have to stop drinking. Isn't that sad?
I think it's a contact high.
That's very possible. Of course, we take a look at the week's news in show business. That's what we do here at Hollywood Babble-On with our Hollywood Babble-On headlines.
Give me head, give me head, give me headlines, and give me head.
This week's headlines start with congratulations to Jennifer Aniston. This week, Men's Health magazine named her the sexiest woman of all time.
Why?
Of all, you know all the women?
I know. Why?
In all of the time?
Right.
She is the sexiest, they say.
All right, fair enough.
If
And
she was
what
so sexy,
magazine
why
is it?
can't she keep a man? That's what I want to know.
Ooh.
Oh, no, you're right. No, she's had plenty of steady relationships where men don't leave her. My bad. Yeah.
Men's Health?
Men's Health.
I didn't read that magazine before. I certainly won't read it now.
Here's who she beat. Top 5. Jennifer Aniston. Second, Raquel Welch. Second to Jennifer Aniston.
Okay.
Marilyn Monroe came in third. Distant third. Madonna and Britney Spears. That's your top 5. Who are you angry about, Madonna or Britney?
All of them.
But in their time frame, in their prime, they were both pretty sexy. I mean, before Madonna got stretched out by Dennis Rodman. And before Britney went crazy and shaved her head. Those are the time frames we're talking about. The bottom 5, Pamela Anderson.
Not bottom 5, just all the top 10 also
The
included.
second half of the top 10.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mean like they're at the bottom. That'd be
Yeah,
silly.
like listen to these pigs.
Yeah. There's Hillary Clinton, then Pamela Anderson, Margaret Thatcher.
Holy shit! I watched The Iron Lady, that Margaret Thatcher movie.
But that's not out yet, Kevin, is it?
Oscar screener time.
You bastard.
It's good. She's fucking amazing in it. She's really, really good. You forget.
Wait,
that
Meryl
it's
Streep's a good actress?
Because you go figure, man. I was like, this Streep chick's gonna go far.
You're going to hear from her.
I should try to get her into a movie, a Silent Bob's Aunt or something.
Pamela Anderson is number 6. Betty Page, 40s pinup girl, Betty Page. That would be my choice.
She
for
is sexy, actually.
Oh, she was so hot.
Yeah.
Original James Bond girl Ursula Andress. Remember her in Dr. No? And she comes out in that white bikini in that film. Jane Fonda. Barbarella era Jane
Took her
Fonda.
clothes off in space.
Yeah. And Angelina Jolie. That was your 10. Jennifer Aniston was number 1. Men's Health magazine.
Yeah, I don't, how did they arrive at that? Why her?
Jennifer wrote them a big check. Yes, that please, if you say I'm sexy, maybe Brad will come back.
Oh man, you just won't let that wound heal, man. She's like, ow, Ralph, ow. I'm the world's sexiest, but I'm not the least immune to pain.
She was named most vulnerable by Men's Bullshit magazine. So. Also, congratulations to Nick Nolte. He got nominated for a SAG Award this week for his performance in Warrior. A lot of people saying it was an amazing performance he gave in that film.
What movie is it?
Warrior.
Is that
That's the MMA movie.
the one with Tom Hardy?
Yep. And Joel Edgerton.
Bane?
Yes. He wasn't Bane in that movie. Relax. I know you're all hard for Bane. Nick Nolte nominated for a SAG Award. They did an interview with him this week where he finally addressed his leaked mugshot. Do you remember his mugshot? I think we got it for you.
How could you forget it?
Yeah, remember that one? Turns out Nick says this week that wasn't even his mugshot. It is sexy, isn't it? Which I tend to believe because there's no numbers or anything. He's not holding anything.
Right. What is it?
Nick claims that there was a mugshot that was taken but was never leaked. This was a Polaroid taken by a cop who said, I'd like to take a picture of you. I think I might be able to sell it. And Nolte let him take the photograph under the understanding that whatever money he made, he would have to split with the other officers in his precinct.
Whoa.
That's a Hollywood helper right there.
Yeah, really, man. Who knew?
Interviews in GQ, he said, a young officer asked him if he could take a Polaroid. Nolte said, come on, you don't really want to ask that, do you?
Not bad.
Thanks. The guy said he did. He gave him the picture, and he made him promise that he would share the proceeds with his colleagues.
And I let him shoot the Polaroid.
He said.
He said that he was also quoted as saying, we ain't brothers, we ain't partners, and we ain't friends.
That's right.
Ooh, that's an old reference, man.
48 Hours.
I know.
Good movie.
It's like only 3 people got that. I feel sad.
People are at home laughing their asses off.
Maybe.
That's what I always like
Eddie
to
Murphy's
think.
like, that's funny, Kevin. Kev, you what funny motherfucker, man.
I didn't think it was so funny, convict.
Sorry, Nick.
He also said his hair was like that because he was shooting Hulk at the time, and that's the way he was wearing his hair in the movie, and he's a method actor, so he left his hair like that at all times.
Right on.
It wasn't the liquid ecstasy he was drinking.
Do you remember him in the Hulk movie?
I do.
Where he's like, I'm your dad.
I'm your dad.
You're full of jellyfish blood. That was we were watching the movie and all of a sudden, you know how you became the Hulk? He's like, tell me, Dad. He's like, jellyfish blood. Drink it. Fight a poodle. Remember he fought those fucking
Fought
dogs?
the Hulk dogs. That was a fucking awful movie.
It was not that good, but
No.
the second one I thought was very good.
Yeah, the remake.
Yeah.
The remake that came 4 minutes after the first one.
It was pretty much a remake.
Lindsay Lohan in the news this week. She always is. That's why she has her own theme.
Lindsay Lohan, why don't you come to your senses?
Lindsay had a good week. She had Playboy. Her Playboy came out with her nudie pictures.
Okay. Did you
Of course,
see him?
the photos were leaked on the internet, so no one's buying the magazine because everyone's seen her already.
I haven't seen him.
You haven't seen him?
Did you happen to bring him?
I brought him last week. Oh. You should have been here last week. It was a great show.
Well, now I'll never get to masturbate, Ralph.
They were stylistically based on the Marilyn Monroe photos from the very first Playboy. That's what they did. So it's just her nude in front of a red velvet drape. That's all it was. And she looked pretty good.
Did you see the lips?
Yes, her lips were done with red lipstick, and she looked very pretty.
Did you see the fucking dirty sheriff's bag?
No, just boobs. Just boobs.
Really? No butthole?
No
butthole?
butthole.
No butthole, no care, man.
Since when has Playboy ever featured butthole?
Come on, fucking get with the times, man. It's time to show the butthole. We've seen everything else. I could see boobies on TV and shit. I could see the other people. I could see pussy in my bedroom. What I want to see are buttholes.
It's Playboy magazine, not Fart Tank magazine.
Have they gotten there yet? I haven't looked at, I guess, the pictorials in a while.
Playboy is still very sort of chaste by today's standards.
Still very closed cheeks.
Very close cheeks and very pretty girls and very sort of cheesy cheesecake photos. It's almost innocent now, Playboy magazine. Yeah. So she goes off to Hawaii to celebrate.
Okay.
Because she has $40 in her pocket.
She's like, woohoo, I took naked pictures and no one saw my butthole.
Yes. And when she got there, someone stole her $5,000 Chanel purse that had her passport and her probation papers in it. Along with, and I love this part, $10,000 in cash.
She's just carrying that much?
Who's carrying 10 grand? Unless you're a drug dealer or a drug user.
Oh, I think you're getting to the bottom of something here, Jessica Fletcher.
Anyway, they found the purse. Her passport was there. The probation papers were there, but the money was gone. But luckily, she was able to get back in time for her court date this week, where it turns out the judge who hates her guts actually praised her because she finished all of her community service on time.
So what? That deserves praise?
Well, if you're Lindsay Lohan, if she shows up sober with wearing underwear, it deserves praise. So the judge actually said you did a great job, and we'll see you back here on January the 17th. So
come
there's
on,
still hope.
Don't you? I mean, I don't want to fucking piss off a judge, but don't you think you did a great job as an overstatement? It took like 16 bites at that apple to do a serviceable job.
But she finished it early this time. Well,
this time, Ralph.
Yeah.
This was how many times?
Man, why do you hate Lindsay Lohan, man?
I don't hate her, man, but she didn't show her butthole. Fuck her.
More celebrity legal news. Kirsten Dunst has a restraining order against a French guy who's stalking her. His name is Jean-Christophe Proudhon.
Do the voice.
I am Jean-Christophe Proudhon. I am from Dijon, France. Do you have any Grate Poupon? He has written her dozens of letters, one in which he said he had sold his house to afford a plane ticket to come and meet her in the United States. Saturday, he showed up at her house. He may be a stalker, but he's a man of his word.
Yeah.
She freaked out. She got a restraining order against him. While anyone would want to stalk Kirsten Dunst is just beyond me. Maybe he's a dentist. Maybe. Oh, that would be my greatest job ever if I could fix that fucked up grill of yours. With the teeth going this way and that way, I could make you perfect.
She got weird teeth?
Yeah.
I guess I don't look at her teeth.
Take a look at her grill next time you get a chance.
Yeah?
She has, as we say, she has summer teeth. Summer here, summer here, summer here, summer here, summer here. I think one comes out of her head right about here.
Why won't someone save you, Peter Parker? He's like, ah! I like that one. The second Spider-Man. That was sweet, 'cause she was going to get married, and she didn't marry him and shit.
She shows up in her wedding dress at his doorway.
And he fucking web all over her. He's like,
Not what happened.
Mary Jane.
Why do you have to take everything nice and put webbing all over it?
Aunt May comes in. Peter, no.
Alec Baldwin in the news this week.
Peter, with great power comes great responsibility.
Alec Baldwin, of course. I'm just going to talk to you people. Alec Baldwin was thrown off an airliner last week, American Airlines, because he wouldn't turn off his phone before takeoff. Yes, Kevin, we understand. Webbing is much like jism.
Oh my God, I almost have to leave the stage. It was just the idea of Aunt May yelling at him while it was going on. And That's what she yells. The same shit. And people are always yelling at Peter Parker. He's like, I get it. I'm just trying to get laid here, man. With great penis comes great responsibility. Sorry, go on. I'm better now.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Alec Baldwin was thrown off an airplane this last week, of course. He wouldn't turn off his phone before takeoff.
Yes, he was playing a video game.
Words with Friends. He was playing Scrabble.
It was all the buzz on flights. You know, I was away last week doing the Jam Bob Get Old tour.
Right.
We took a lot of fucking flights, and it was the joke on every flight that I was on. Like at one point, some dude was doing the flight attendant was doing the whole.
Was it just a random guy from F3? He just didn't get up and start showing you how to use a seatbelt.
Like, should we be listening to him?
Take it like this, wrap it around your neck, and pull tightly. Oh, I'm crazy. Take the life vest and stick it up your ass. Pull the cord and inflate. Stretches your a-hole. Can I get some more Midori?
If I don't do what he says, will an air marshal shoot me? Yes, but anyway, every flight I was on the one flight where the dude actually vocalized it. I thought it was kind of funny. He was doing you buckle the belt like this, the mask comes down like this.
Right.
And nobody else was watching the dude. But anytime somebody gets up to perform, I pay attention because that's tough to get up in front of people and do shit, anything. So even if you're just doing that bored ass fucking like this is how the mask comes down, I feel like it's so heartbreaking if he's doing it and everyone's reading magazines. So I'm paying attention. Dude looks at me finally, and then I go, I'm watching. Just to let him know, fucking for that moment, he's a performer.
You're just hoping they don't throw your ass off the plane again. That's all.
You're
trying to suck up to the.
It could have been a little bit of that.
To the flight attendants.
But I go, nice job, I'm watching. And he goes, thanks. And then after a beat, because there's somebody over the loudspeaker doing it, and he just has to mime along.
Right.
But then he goes...
It's like karaoke. It's like flight attendant karaoke.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But then he goes, he's almost done with it, and he goes, you're not playing friends with words, are you? And I was like, Alec Baldwin joke. That was my story.
Yeah. Did you meet him in the restroom later?
You want me to end it well?
Mile High
Boom in
Club?
the bathroom, yeah. No, it was just a little shared moment because of that. That was... On every plane, people were making jokes about that.
The American Airlines flight attendants have all pooled their resources and now are demanding that 30 Rock be pulled off all the in-flight entertainment options on their airline.
I mean, I'm not one of those guys, but he did say some pretty hateful shit about them.
He said they were pretty bad.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I mean, if that's like the biggest hand slap he gets, it's like, we're not going to show your fucking TV show on our planes anymore.
Yeah.
He walked away clean.
I wish Chelsea Handler would piss off some airline stewardesses so I could stop watching her shit on planes. They got her stuff all over the place.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah.
I've never been on a plane with any Chelsea stuff. That would be delightful.
I was watching
for
around.
me.
They had Chelsea Lately, whatever that fucking show is.
Mm-hmm.
And it came on the TV that I was watching, the personal screen. I actually got up and walked out. That's how bad it was. Yeah. No parachute, anything.
Like, boy, that guy hates Chelsea Handler.
Howard Stern is the newest judge on America's Got Talent. He's replacing Piers Morgan. The crowd is underwhelmed by that choice, by the way. Piers Morgan's leaving. He's taking over.
So Piers Morgan
was the host with Howie Mandel and...
what show is this?
Joan Osborne. No, what's her name? Sharon Osbourne.
Is this the one that the chick was like, I had a dream that I was thin?
No, that was X Factor in the UK. This is America's Got Talent. It might have been Britain's Got Talent that she was on.
What are they?
I
has
get them all
anything
confused.
come off of this show that I would know? America's
Yes,
Got Talent?
the fat guy who talks with puppets in Vegas. Terry Fader, who's the ventriloquist. Big act in Vegas now.
He was on
America's Got Talent.
I thought there was only one guy with puppets. What's his name?
Jeff Dunham? No, there's a new guy. There's a new sheriff in town.
There's a new guy with puppets? You think the old guy with puppets is like, motherfucker.
Yeah,
you take your hand out of that thing's ass.
Because the new guy does impressions and sings and everything with the puppets.
Oh, he
Jeff Dunham
one-ups
is
it.
just racist with puppets. That's all he does. Yeah.
That'd be awesome to see fucking those dudes battling it out with their puppets and shit, whipping felt at one another.
Stern's a new judge, and he said, I'm going to be a no-nonsense judge. I'm going to be a very serious judge, and I'm very excited, he said.
Okay, so wait, going back, Piers Morgan was the host of the show.
Along with Sharon Osbourne. No, he wasn't the host. He was one of the judges.
One of many hosts.
With no host. Pay attention.
Yes.
Now, one more time.
Okay.
3 judges.
Okay.
Piers Morgan.
Yes. Larry King.
Nope. Took over Larry King's job.
Yes.
But Piers
and now
Morgan.
Howard Stern's going to take over for Larry King.
Nope. Piers Morgan's leaving to stay with the Larry King thing.
Okay.
And Howard Stern's going to take over with Sharon Osbourne and Howie Mandel.
Gotcha.
And they're going to judge people and say who's got talent, who doesn't.
How? What network is this?
This is NBC.
Does it do well?
It does very well. That's why everyone's very excited to have Howard on, because they think it's going to do even better.
Right on, there it is.
And while we're talking about these talent shows, the X Factor, nobody watches the X Factor, but everyone was talking all week about this 13-year-old who got booted.
Everyone or nobody watches? Did you say?
No, I said I don't know who watches the X
okay.
Factor. I don't watch it, but apparently the numbers were pretty good, so someone's watching.
Okay.
There's a 13-year-old there named Rachel Crow, and everybody was talking about this because she's 13 years old, and they thought she was the obvious winner, and she got booted off this week. And this is my reason why I say kids shouldn't be in these competition shows, because they just can't handle it. This girl lost her shit on stage.
She cried?
Oh, did she cry? Oh, she lost her mind. The point where the other judges were crying and like a SWAT team had to come in and shoot her with a tranq dart. It was fucked up. It was fucked up. And I never watched the show, but I watched that clip because I love to see me some kids cry. Because they don't fucking belong on these shows. No kids in show business. No more.
I feel you.
This girl, she lost her head, and now that's going to scar her. Isn't it going to scar her?
I don't know. Let's see it.
All right, let's take a look. I brought in the clip of this little girl losing her mind and crying. It's long, but trust me, it's worth it.
Rachel Crow.
Rachel Crow, you're going home. It sinks in. Boom. She drops to the stage. He's winning. She's not. Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
Oh, she's just inconsolable.
Holy shit.
Simon Cowell comes up to hug her. She doesn't want any part of it. Yeah, listen to that wailing. She's crying. She says to her mom here, Mama, you promised me, she says.
Oh, no!
Mama, you promised me.
Rachel's highlights of her time on the X Factor.
Yeah, let's take a look at her highlights while she's losing her shit on the stage. She literally shit herself, but let's run her package, shall we, before she goes?
Oh, my God, she's going, you promised
Mama,
me.
you promised me! So this whore of a mother said, honey, I promise you're going to win this competition.
And she's like, I want the crown. Oh, my God, that's so heartbreaking.
This kid.
Who won? You can't even tell who won because
I don't think they've crowned the winner yet.
All you could focus on is the chick who lost. You're like, this is heartbreaking. This is the worst thing that ever happened in the history of mankind.
However, though, apparently she has meetings with Nickelodeon and Disney this week, so her career still isn't over yet. They may give her her own show. And then when that fails, she says she's got future plans of an extended stay in rehab for bulimia and cutting. So she's got her whole future mapped out. Don't worry about her. She'll be fine. She's got it all worked out. Don't put your kids in show business. I'm not fucking around. If you do it, I will find you. It's like that whip your hair back and forth bullshit. Enough with the kids.
Yeah, but that worked out for that kid.
Yeah, for now. Till she's like Larry Fishburne's kid and she's blowing guys at parking lots. I'm just saying.
That's fucking Morpheus, man. Take the blue pill.
More music news. Justin Bieber was pulled over by the LAPD this week. Unsafe left turn in his Batmobile.
That's fucking pretty metal. That's what Batman would do.
Batman would pull some fucking chutes and just do a 180 and just take off. That's what he would do.
Would this dude pull
Cops
over?
would never catch him.
He'd pull over,
He
got
pulled
out.
over.
Don't shoot!
Hey, what's this all about, eh? What's this all about? Oh, in Canada, we drive on the other side, eh? He lied.
He didn't say that.
No, he didn't. But the cops let him off with a warning.
All right, fair enough.
I give him a warning with my service revolver right in the back of the ear. That's when I get my warning. That's right. Double tap to the back of the head.
Oh my God, Barry, you just shot Justin Bieber.
They'll probably give me a medal, Skip.
Now give me my dirty sheriff's badge.
I give him 3 shots. Baby, baby, baby. That's how I take him out.
Oh, night.
More music news. U2 has the highest grossing tour of all time. It was officially announced this week. Oh, you're booing U2. Come on. No matter what you think about their music, they do a lot. They do a lot of good, that U2. Saint Bono, right?
Yeah, man. They'll fucking be around forever, with or without you. That reaction, fuck you. That don't go file. I don't think you understand the rules of that game.
Wow. 7.2 million people went out to see them play 110 shows over the past 3 years. They ended up making $736 million on tour. Makes it the biggest grossing tour of all time.
That's total gross, though.
Yes.
So after taxes and shit, they're probably only going to walk with 300.
$400 million.
Suckers.
Chump change. Of course.
Wow, that's fucking crazy. But that show was massive. They had the giant legs. It was a big spectacle and whatnot.
Of course, with all the people starving in Africa, all this money is going to be going to them. Of course, we're giving it all to charity. Well, hold on a second. Most of this money will be going to charity. Hold on a second. A small portion of this money will be going. Could you please donate to charity? Because people are starving in Africa and they don't have any fucking clean water or nothing. And I've got a lot of fucking money. How much are they going to give? That's what I want to know.
What do you mean? How much are they going to give away?
He's always asking people to give money. How about Bono gives a couple?
You're right.
$100
He should probably give away. You got to give a nice chunk just to be the lead man. So people are like, look, Bono gave away $10 million.
That's
I
right.
should give away $10 million.
And people are naming streets after him in Dublin. I say, go where the streets have no name.
Yeah. I was going to go to that street naming ceremony, but it was on the weekend, Sunday, Bloody Sunday.
Oh, yeah. They're making an Austin Powers Broadway musical.
All right.
Good idea, right?
Yeah, man.
No, it's not.
Oh, behave. Is he going to be in it?
Mike Myers is writing it, but apparently will not be in the Broadway version, which will be a big musical.
How are they going to find somebody to be like, oh, behave?
Oh, behave.
Could you
So I'll make you horny, baby.
Would you do it if they offered you the lead? Would you do it?
Fuck no.
I thought you you're a song and dance, man. You can sing Edelweiss up there and shit.
I'm not sure Edelweiss will be in the Austin Powers musical. But that song will be in it.
And then cut to Edelweiss.
No, I don't think so.
It's a mashup, man. You wouldn't be interested in seeing that?
I don't think so, no.
No?
He's working on the 4th movie as well.
Wow, side by side.
You're cheering for a Broadway musical based on Austin Powers, but not the 4th movie with the real dude in it.
I want the movie.
You want the movie. And the gay guy said he wants the movie. If the gay guy's not interested in the Broadway show, it's a failure. It's doomed. It is doomed. More music news. Michael Jackson's hair has been turned into a roulette ball. No, you're not all tripping. A gambling website called OnlineGamblingPal.com. Would you invest your money in someplace called OnlineGamblingPal.com? They bought Michael Jackson's hair for over $10,000. They've taken the hair, a wad of his hair. They have compressed it into a perfectly formed roulette ball. And now they are trying to sell the roulette ball to the highest bidder for a casino in Vegas to play roulette with Michael Jackson's hairball. Here's their statement.
You know what I'd tell that guy? Beat it. All right, I will file that
Yeah,
one.
put that in the file. Here's the statement. As the proud new owners, we have decided to convert Michael Jackson's hair into a roulette ball. An appropriately unique way to immortalize a small part of a truly peerless entertainer. Well, Michael Jackson always did like small white balls, so I think it's appropriate. It is appropriate. It's not too soon. Together we can ensure Michael Jackson continues to rock and roll forever, they say. $10,000 for Michael Jackson's hair, and they've pressed it into a ball.
Well, back in the day, Ralph, when pharaohs died, they built massive monuments to them and buried them with their treasures. Now, little ball.
Little roulette ball. Would you like any part of you to live on after you're gone? Would you like a piece of you?
Yes, tonsil.
What would you like us to do with your tonsil, Kevin?
Make a fleshlight of it.
Fleshlight. All right.
Little flap, fuck it. Fuck my flap. Sounds kind of hot, right?
Not even a little bit. Courtney Stodden's in the news. Oh, by the way, I wanted to mention, if you come to the New Year's show, we're all doing something for the first time at the New Year's Eve show. I will be giving out the first annual Chelsea Award. Because I realize there are so many talentless cunts in the news every week that really it's not appropriate just to single Chelsea Handler out as the only talentless cunt. So there's going to be several to choose from, and we're going to award the biggest talentless cunt of 2011.
It's not me, is it?
It's not, no. But this next story, she is in the running. Courtney Stodden is her name. She's the 16-year-old who married that Doug Hutchinson, the 51-year-old.
Yes. The dude from, he was on Lost.
And Green Mile.
That's
yeah.
right.
They did an interview with her this week. Why? I have no idea. But they asked her such questions as, describe your daily routine. And she said, I get out of bed in the morning, of course wearing some sexy little lingerie and a fluffy pair of 7-inch stiletto slippers, and hop into the kitchen where I munch on a bowl of cereal.
Keep going.
And whip myself up a morning mocha beverage. I live like a princess. They asked her, if you had a superpower, what power would you like to have? I find it would be breathtaking to be able to feel what it's like to fly. Wait, I'm already flying. Flying on the wings of love.
She wrote that. She said that.
Yes.
This might explain it all.
And lastly, they asked her, what's your favorite book? And she said, the Bible. Can we get a quick shot of Courtney? We have a picture of her? Yeah, she looks like a Bible reader to me. Absolutely, yeah. She's 17-year-old, fellas. Just keep that in mind. So we put your penises in prison. Kardashians in the news. A lot of Kardashian news. You were gone last week, but we had our first entry into the Kardashian theme contest.
Okay.
Because we have a Lindsay Lohan theme. We need a Kardashian theme. We're always talking about
Of course. Did we hear one?
You came up with the idea of calling it Kim Kardashian Who Gives a Fuck.
Yeah,
is the
I
name
heard
of the
that.
segment.
Yeah.
Here is, speaking of Edelweiss, here is this week's entry to the Kim Kardashian theme.
Okay.
Kim Kardashian, Kim Kardashian, who gives a fuck?
It's nice.
That's from Geordie McGrath, 14 years old in Brisbane, Australia.
14?
14 years old. Thank you, Geordie. We appreciate
Does
that.
he even fucking understand the song he's referencing?
I don't think he does.
From a movie before he was even born.
I think we might have to go back to the one we got last week. This is the one I favor, I think.
Kim Kardashian, who gives a fuck? I said Kim Kardashian, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I like that one.
I like that.
Kim apparently is going through a difficult phase since parting with her husband, Chris Humphries. Friends are saying she's never felt so unattractive. So she's hired herself 2 different personal trainers and is now doing yoga and Pilates every day, trying to become more attractive. It's not your outside that's the problem, Kim. That's what we're trying to tell you. Take a class, read a book, do something.
Yeah,
you soulless harpy.
You need a trainer for your heart.
Kourtney Kardashian's pregnant with another child. Khloe Kardashian says she's upset because she's been trying to get pregnant forever, but it's just not working. Khloe Kardashian says she feels like she's letting everyone down by not having a baby. So the next step is in vitro fertilization. Doctors seem to think it's a problem because Lamar Odom is human and she's a Yeti. And they're trying to cross. You can't make different species. It's science, people. Like the zebra, the only time that worked, I think. Or the liger. But my favorite Kardashian moment was this week. I don't know if you watched that Barbara Walters special.
It's a clip. Where she kind of said, "What do you do?"
This is Barbara Walters, and I got to give her props. I mean,
Yeah.
the old lady's got some balls. She has the Kardashians in front of them, and I brought in the clip where she pretty much calls them out on the fact that they are talentless.
You don't really act. You don't sing. You don't dance. You don't have any, forgive me, any talent.
But we're still entertaining people.
I think it's more of a challenge for you to go on a reality show and get people to fall in love with you for being you. So there is definitely a lot more pressure, I think, to be famous for being ourselves.
Fuck you. She had the balls to say it's more of a challenge to be on a reality show than to sing, dance, and to do something that requires talent.
Yes, because you have to make people like you for you, not hide behind a role or something.
But it's not more work to drink champagne while someone films you than it is to actually go out and write or act or sing or dance or perform.
Say films or fills?
Films.
Okay.
Someone fills you on film, it's even less work.
Right.
Actually, Barbara Walters asked her about the porn.
And what'd she say?
She said, it turns out you're rich and famous now. Was it worth doing? And she said, well, we all make mistakes. You just have to make the best of them.
So that's non-denial denial?
Well, they made $65 million this year, so I would let a black guy fuck me for $65 million.
Oh!
Any takers?
Oh!
Are there any black men? Do you have $65 million, sir? I'll need to see a cashier's check before I allow you to enter me. But once I see that money... What? It's not an auction.
$20 is $20, dude. It's gonna be happening
What's
anyway.
the watch
Let
for
'em
20?
watch.
I gotta make more money than that. Guys give me 65 mil. I gotta $20. Come on.
You can turn it into a pay-per-view event.
I could. Let's get ready to rectum. Anal vice. We have to hire this dude. We need a writer.
Do it, dude. Sing Anal Vice.
Anal vice, anal vice. Every morning you pierce me. Small and tight.
Oh. No vice.
You look happy to felch me.
Lost among snowbirds. I don't remember the rest of the words. Sorry. But you do. What is that?
Blossom of snow, may you
Is
bloom
that what
and
it is?
grow?
Do it.
Yeah.
Blossom of snow,
May you bloom and grow forever.
And then?
Anal vice, pierce my butthole forever.
Very sweet. Yeah. I love when you sing the songs of your homeland.
Thank you. I am Austrian, Yeah. Diplomatic immunity.
I hate that country.
Meanwhile, Barbara Walters' buddy, Whoopi Goldberg,
yes,
on The View this week, was interviewing Claire Danes, a classy, classy lady. She's on Homeland on Showtime, if you watch that after Dexter on Sunday nights, talking about serious stuff, terrorism, how people are appreciated who served their country, how some people are suspect given what they've been through in Iraq and Iran. And Whoopi Goldberg was just about to ask a question when she blasted the loudest fart you've ever heard in your life.
Oh, really?
And this wasn't like, did someone drop a light backstage? This wasn't one of those like, okay, who can I pawn this off on? This was a trumpet blast that Whoopi had to own. I brought in the clip.
Yes.
Kevin, get your mirror ready.
I got it.
You look like every party I went to in the 80s, by the way. That mirror right up against your nose. Here is Whoopi just letting one rip right there in front of Claire Danes. Poor Claire Danes is just mortified, and Whoopi just doesn't bother her in the least.
I think it explores that in a really smart way.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
Oh, no. That was a fart?
Oh, excuse me. I just blew a little frog out of there.
What'd you say? Blew a little what?
I think I blew a little frog out of there. Oh, Whoopi, you classy lady. You're on television for like a fucking hour. Can't you not blast out your ass for an hour?
But to be fair, she's been on television for a couple years. That's the only time we've ever heard her fart.
That didn't sound like contraire, mon frere.
There's been more?
She said in May to Dr. Oz when they had him on the show that she farts all the time while on television.
So like quiet, like silent but violent.
Yeah, but this one...
that one escaped loud.
Yeah. And, you know, interestingly enough, this is the most entertaining she's done in 20 years.
Oh, no. I like her, man. She's funny.
Every week we like to say that Kevin and I are geeks. And that's why we take a look at the geek news each and every week. James?
Ralph and Kevin, Ralph and Kevin, Ralph and Kev's Geek News.
A lot of Dark Knight Rises news this week.
Speaking of which, Ralph, I received this in the mail the other day.
Is that a fleshlight? Is that a Batman fleshlight?
Could you imagine?
Oh, you'd never stop fucking it.
Oh, my God. Quick, Robin, to the bat pole.
Oh, here we go again.
Oh, I'd be filling it and shit. Fucking Aunt May be like, with great power.
Yeah, we remember that. We remember that.
In any event, I got this thing. It's a canister. It has a Gotham City map on it, wrapped around it, and on top of the map is handwritten all sorts of fucking goodies in regards to the Dark Knight Returns. So Strike Zone 5, Strike Zone 3, Strike Zone 2. It's portioned off. Truck routes, Strike Zone.
So we're led to believe that's when Bane is laying siege to the city, right?
Gotham Police Department response time, rally points. Check. Oh, it's just badass. But when you opened it up, it had. When you opened it, Ralph, it had a shirt. It had a shirt, man.
A T-shirt.
Here, we'll do it together.
All right.
So that's metal.
I told your wife we wouldn't do it together, but here we go.
Look at that shit.
Fire Rises with Bane's face on it. That's badass.
This is a nice shirt, right?
It is. That's comfy.
And somehow they knew to send me an XXL.
Yeah.
More than one X. How do you think they knew?
Word gets around.
How badass is that, man?
That's sweet.
I like their viral campaigns. They get people excited way in advance.
The teaser poster came out this week. Here's a shot of the latest poster. This is Bane walking away, and you see the cowl of Batman there cracked and destroyed on the ground in front of him.
I'm telling you, man, all this Dark Knight Rises shit proves to me that I never needed my wife to come. This will do it. I opened this shit up. I was like, oh. I saw that. Did you see the trailer?
I brought a little piece of it in. This is the advanced trailer. I guess it was in front of Sherlock Holmes this weekend. Anybody see Sherlock Holmes this weekend? And they played this trailer in front of it. It's just a little taste. But apparently Bane plants some bombs, I guess, underneath the football field in Gotham. It makes the entire field implode. That's where we picked this up.
They shot at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh.
In Pittsburgh, right. And the guy who's carrying the ball, I think, is Heinz Ward. Yeah. Here's a shot of that sequence to the end of the trailer, but here's a little taste of what went on this weekend.
When Gotham is ashes, you don't have the reason to die.
Pretty cool.
I just want to put this out there into the ether. I will suck a dick to see that early. Don't care whose it is, as long as they got connection to the movie in some way.
I might get some screening passes for that.
Oh, I thought you meant screening pads, meaning I put them on my knees.
Well, there'll be pads for you, passes for me. More geek news. Sam Jones III. Does that name sound familiar to anybody?
Flash.
Nope. Sam Jones III was the kid who played Pete Ross on Smallville the first 3 seasons. Remember his best friend Pete, the only guy who knew his secret identity?
Nope.
You didn't watch Smallville?
Nope.
Oh, Kev.
I know. Muse was a huge fan. He
Oh,
goes,
you
you would
missed
love it.
out.
I watched one episode when they did the Justice League. It was good.
Oh.
No, I'll watch it. It didn't go anywhere.
No, it's too late now. It's all over. Sam Jones played Pete Ross' first 3 seasons. He got busted on a major drug ring. He was involved in selling oxycodone.
Ooh.
He had 10,000 on him. That's bad, right?
Hillbilly heroin, man.
Got
how much
popped.
is each pill worth? Anybody know how much an oxy goes for?
65.
Party.
Yeah.
$65, man. Times how many do you have?
He had 10,000.
So what is that? 650,000 or no? 65,000.
650,000. Yeah.
Wow, man.
He was apparently the Hollywood connection for oxycodone in town. He was sentenced this week. He's doing a year in Lompoc, California. He's doing a Lompoc stretch for a year. He could have got 10, but they gave him less because.
Oh, it's an M. Lompoc.
Lompoc. Yeah.
I always thought it was long poke. Like you
Long
go up there,
poke?
you can get the long poke.
Yeah.
I was like, what a refreshing bit of honesty right in the title.
He's wishing he had a super friend now to help hold his cheeks together in the showers. This is a great story. This comes from listener John Lovegrove. He's from Portland, Oregon. I don't know if you heard about the story out of Portland or not, but there was a guy at Toys R Us this week. You know, people go a little batshit crazy when they're doing Christmas shopping, and the stress can ruin the best of us.
The fire rises.
All right. This guy went nuts in a Toys R Us and started swinging a lightsaber at customers. Assaulted 3 people with the lightsaber.
Assaulted them?
Yes.
Just like whap, whap.
Yes.
Okay, not like...
These aren't the toys you're looking for. And he kept smacking them. By the time the cops got there, he was in the parking lot, speaking incoherently, swinging the lightsaber at people. They shot him with a taser. Ineffective. Guy kept going. The force is strong with this one. They shoot him with a second taser. He uses the lightsaber to break the wire of the taser.
He's
a hardcore
like,
Jedi.
After he did that, he's like, at last we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi.
They hit him again. They were able to struggle him to the ground.
Second shot did it?
Third shot. Third shot did it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So who shot first, Han or Greedo?
They wrestled him to the ground. He was yelling incoherently, and they said he needed mental evaluation, believe it or not.
I don't buy that.
Yeah. And lastly, he's talking about Star Wars and Star Trek. And there's been this battle on the internet between Carrie Fisher and William Shatner about what's better, Star Trek or Star Wars.
Yes.
Shatner drew first blood. He sent a video out there saying that Star Wars was derivative of Star Trek and it was better. Carrie Fisher comes back saying, well, you're fat. And I've lost all this weight. I can still fit in the metal bikini. You can't fit in your Captain Kirk costume. Then Shatner came back with, yeah, you're thinner now, but look at you. You're going to need more metal to hold yourself up in that bikini. They're really taking shots at each other. Well, the voice of reason finally stepped forward this week, George Takei. Sulu from the original Star Trek has posted a video demanding a ceasefire between the camps of Star Trek and Star Wars. He wants to be known as the peacemaker between the two of them. He thinks that there's a common enemy that they all can rise up against. Here's a little taste of his video from this week.
What's needed today, now more than ever, is star peace. For there is an ominous, mutual threat to all science fiction. It's called twilight. And it is really, really bad.
It's really, really bad. Oh my. He does about 4-minute chunk on Twilight and how awful it is.
Nice.
It's awesome. I recommend. Who's booing? Who's Team Edward here? I hate them. You're Team Edward? Get out. Before we get to Liam Neeson's cock, and I know it's what you've all been waiting for, this is our Christmas edition. It's our last show before Christmas. And Kevin made a request, I guess a couple weeks ago. He said he'd like to hear this. A special Christmas treat for everyone who listens. Well, I don't know if it's a treat yet. We haven't heard it. We'll see. It's the night before Christmas, the legendary poem done by Clement Moore. Kevin asked that I perform it as Ed Wynn. So this is the legendary poem, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, just to celebrate the holiday season by Clement Moore. as Edwin. Can I get a little music there, James?
And now remember, you can always cut this out of the podcast. We're going to leave a little silence at the beginning, at the end, so you can use the entire thing as a ringtone.
Oh.
Because it's like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
long.
that'll annoy everyone in your workplace.
Here we go.
"'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. All the children were nestled, all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn, there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eye should appear but a miniature sleigh and a tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name, on Dasher, on Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed in all fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled. His dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him explain, ere he drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
That's a bit so clean I could play it for my mother. She's always like, "What's that Hollywood Babble-On show like?" I'm like,
Play
"Now
that.
you can listen to it."
And then we do Bible verses. All right, this is the part of the show where we say goodbye, but before we do, we have a musical question we always like to ask, and that is, just how big is Liam Neeson's cock?
Oh, we can't help but wonder, how big is Liam Neeson's cock?
This, of course, originated with John McGuire in Glasgow, Scotland. He's got the Tumblr. You can still go to it if you go to neesoncock.com. You can add your own fact to this list.
Do you think Liam Neeson ever goes to neesoncock.com?
I hope he does. That'd be awesome.
Right? Totally.
This is pretty funny.
He's like, this site's very misleading.
That's not my cock at all.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson's cock is so big that when he gets cock blocked, sad Hulk music can be heard playing in the background. Liam Neeson's cock is so big. How big is it? It lives by the sea and frolics in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Liam Neeson's cock is so big.
How big is it?
Alec Baldwin refuses to turn off his phone when he's on it. Liam Neeson's cock is so big.
How big is it?
Just reading this joke out loud has made everyone in the first row pregnant. Congratulations to all of you. Liam Neeson's cock is so big.
How big is it?
That when visiting Tokyo, 1,537 Japanese boarded it thinking it was a bullet train. Liam Neeson's cock is so big.
How big is it?
Batman has a file on it just in case it decides to go rogue.
Oh, that's good.
Liam Neeson's cock is so big.
How big is it?
It's how you solve a problem like Maria. Liam Neeson's cock is so big.
How big is it?
It doesn't forget to play the jingles before the Hollywood Babble-On bits. Oh, fuck you. Liam Neeson's cock is so big.
How big is it?
When he shot when he shot a homemade porno, he set up the camera and then just entered into the frame like the Star Destroyer at the beginning of Star Wars. Liam Neeson's cock is so big.
How big is it?
It can smell what The Rock is cooking. Liam Neeson's cock is so big.
How big is it?
That in France, they call it Le Big Cock. Liam Neeson's cock is so big.
How big is it?
That if a butterfly flaps its wings in Brazil, Liam Neeson comes in Texas. Liam Neeson's cock is so big.
How big is it?
Even the honey badger cares. Liam Neeson's cock is so big.
How big is it?
That when he gets to the top of the Ferris wheel, he's also at the bottom of the Ferris wheel. And lastly, Liam Neeson's cock is so big.
How big is it?
Well, in Whoville, they say that when rubbed, it threw grease 3 sizes that day. And the minute it split his pants sewn so tight, he whizzed his big load through the bright morning light.
Folks, you have a good time this week?
Thank you so much for coming out. What a great crowd.
Merry Christmas, everybody, from me and Ralph. That's Hollywood Babble-On for this week. I'm Kevin Smith.
I'm Ralph Garman.
Babble the fuck on, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for Kevin Smith and Ralph Garman. Hollywood Babble-On live at the Lovitz.